Today, a message of profound spiritual significance reaches you, sent by your angel, transcending all the barriers you could imagine. In that unique moment when fate brought your paths together, you found him immersed in a state of intense selfishness, completely dominated by his own ego. He was the center of a circle of followers, all gravitating around him, while he, blinded by his narcissism, lived as if he were the only one that mattered, emanating a purely selfish concern that was, in reality, an extension of his ego. He was notably distant from understanding the essence of true love. Surrounded by individuals who were attracted solely to the superficial and shiny features of his public image, they couldn't penetrate the deeper layers of his true self. In his reality, it seemed he had completely forgotten that he possessed a soul, living his life as if every gesture and every word spoken were parts of a meticulously staged theatrical performance meant to enchant and captivate those around him. His actions, always carefully calculated and executed, were clearly influenced by a burning desire to impress others, driven by an unceasing quest for approval and admiration. This incessant need seemed to consume every part of his being, completely dominating his existence. Every fiber of his being was immersed as if he were perpetually living under the glittering lights of a stage made of fine porcelain, where every movement, every word was carefully staged to fit the script of a fictional life. His relationships were chosen and cultivated not out of sincere attachment or true emotional connection, but for their potential to add another layer of polish to his already bright exterior. He approached only those who could bring even more prominence to his impeccable image, considering relationships valuable only when they served the purpose of maintaining the illusion of perfection he so diligently cultivated and displayed. The value of wealth for him transcended merely the material aspect. He saw it as a crucial tool for shaping his influential and successful personality. Wealth was not just a means to a comfortable life, but a fundamental pillar in building his public image. Being recognized as a popular and successful figure was not only desired, it was a voracious, insatiable need, as if the very essence of his existence depended on the constant validation of his social status. This endless pursuit of approval had a high price. Personal health was often sidelined, eclipsed by his incessant need to remain relevant in the eyes of others. While his public image flourished, adorned with praise and admiration from others, the most intimate essence of his mental and emotional health remained relegated to the shadows, suffering from neglect noticed by very few. Public opinion had become the guiding beacon of his inner compass, shaping itself as the most influential critic of his choices and actions in the elaborate theater of his life, where every day was meticulously staged. The true essence of who he was remained hidden, forgotten, and ignored by those who thought they knew him deeply. Furthermore, in his personality, there was an unsettling shadow, a tendency that led him to associate with individuals who transgressed laws in search of pleasure or wild excitement. Before crossing your path, he rarely looked into someone's eyes with genuine interest, preferring to see people more as supporting actors on his personal stage than as real human beings with their own feelings and thoughts. For him, attracting attention was routine, but establishing a true emotional connection was uncharted territory. However, at the moment your eyes met, something extraordinary happened. He felt as if he were transported to a parallel dimension where you were the central figure, radiating an intense and captivating glow in this new world. He discovered in you an almost healing aura that seemed to emanate directly from the core of your essence, profoundly affecting everyone around you. To him, you resembled a true earthly angel, and this celestial energy not only enveloped him but also surrounded him in a unique and incomparable way. In your presence, a deep tranquility dominated his soul, as if the constant storm of thoughts that habitually clouded his mind was soothed by a divine charm. He felt utterly absorbed by your spirituality, profoundly impressed by the tireless dedication you devoted to your spiritual path and your infinite desire for a deeper connection with the divine. You became a source of magic and inspiration for him, able to manifest your desires with an ease he had never witnessed before. Your penetrating intuition, sharp as a blade, cut through the illusions of everyday life, revealing hidden truths with surprising clarity. Your ability to heal transcended the tangible. Your presence not only radiated bold confidence but also exuded a healing power that seemed to revitalize everyone who approached it. Deeply intrigued by the possibility of delving deeper into his own essence and motivated by the desire to find a greater purpose, he ventured on an introspective journey while navigating the turbulent waters of his internal wounds. Amid this emotional turmoil, he sought healing and a deeper connection with the divine, finding an inexhaustible source of inspiration in your remarkable spirituality. The authenticity with which you led your life was not just something he admired, it was something he deeply desired for himself. Before crossing your path, he was immersed in an endless quest for the perfection of his social image, always striving to adapt and meet the expectations of others. He lived constantly in search of an identity that matched established social norms, a quest that often left him exhausted and dissatisfied. His desire for external approval kept him in a cycle of continuous adaptation and performance, where there was rarely room for his true nature to manifest. Upon meeting you, however, he was confronted with a completely different model of life. Your authenticity and the depth of your spirituality were like a beacon of light, showing him an alternative path, more true and fulfilling. The way you lived, in full congruence with your deepest values and beliefs, was something revolutionary for him. This sparked in him a powerful desire to discover and embrace his own truth, to free himself from the chains of others' expectations, and to dive into the depths of his authentic self. You appeared in his life as a beacon of authenticity, a bright light illuminating the path to a deeper truth. Your presence was like a guide, showing that true strength lies in staying true to oneself, regardless of external opinions. He felt simultaneously inspired and somewhat intimidated because your essence was the embodiment of pure and sincere love, the kind of love he had never experienced before and that challenged all his previous notions about personal relationships. He saw in you a touching uniqueness, a presence that naturally attracted not only him but also many other admirers. The awareness that he was not the only one to perceive your unique light made him insecure, leading him to put you on a pedestal and idealize you as an almost mythical figure, while simultaneously doubting his ability to live up to that high standard. Your exceptional aura, combined with the way you received this admiration without being influenced by it, aroused both interest and challenge in him. He saw in you an incomparable individuality, completely different from anyone else who had crossed his path. In you, he found not just a person but an entire universe of qualities and depths that fascinated and impressed him deeply. It was as if a deep spiritual connection arose between the two of you, a transcendent bond that made him question his own worth. He feared he was not worthy of your attention, as you seemed to be on a higher, almost celestial level, which he considered himself unable to reach. With sharp eyes and a restless mind, he carefully observed each of your interactions. He analyzed how you moved, spoke, and laughed with others, and inevitably compared himself to those around you. In each comparison, he saw himself more and more inadequate, perceiving a growing chasm between you and him. The fear of being undesirable in your eyes tormented him, fueled by the idea that you were someone unattainable, almost a being disconnected from tangible reality. This feeling of distance, rather than diminishing the intensity of his feelings, paradoxically deepened them. The aura you exuded not only magnetically attracted him but also inspired him to seek in himself a reflection of the light that seemed to naturally emanate from you. If you find yourself in this situation, it may be beneficial to consider the possibility of starting an open and sincere conversation. He is deeply in love with you, though doubts about deserving your love continuously haunt him. Deep down in his soul, he holds the belief that you belong to a higher plane of existence, a rare and special realm that few can reach or fully comprehend. The admiration he feels for you is not only real, it is palpable, almost as if it could be touched or breathed. And even though fear and uncertainty make him hesitate, his heart drives him toward you, eager for the chance to demonstrate how much he values and admires everything you represent. Even permeated by infinite doubts, his intuition persistently whispers that he must seek you out, urging him to overcome the chasm of uncertainty that stands before him like an almost insurmountable obstacle. Since you entered his life, a profound and irreversible transformation has begun. It was a true shock to his ego, shaking the foundations of his personality and self-image, forcing him to confront and re-evaluate who he really was and what he truly wanted from life. This metamorphosis opened his eyes to new possibilities and ways of seeing himself, but paradoxically, it intensified the fear of not being worthy of someone as extraordinary as you. He experiences a soul connection so strong that it drives him to reconnect with his deepest spiritual side. He is hopelessly in love with you but is tormented by the fear that his feelings are not reciprocated. He sees himself as someone who does not fit in, someone you might never consider as a life option, fearing that you see him as someone inaccessible, someone incompatible with the majesty of your presence. This deep spiritual connection he feels for you is a constant source of inspiration. It is something that not only rekindles the flame of his own spirituality, but also intensifies his desire for personal and spiritual growth. The desire to be by your side transcends mere romantic whims. It is a profound aspiration, rooted in a pure respect and admiration for all that you are and represent. He sees in you not just a potential partner but also an elevation of himself, a mirror that reflects the best version of what he could be. However, the uncertainty and fear of rejection are persistent barriers he faces daily. He longs for the opportunity to prove his worth and demonstrate the deep love and respect he feels for you. He yearns to overcome these fears and finally take a step toward you, opening possibilities for a shared life, rooted in sincere love and mutual understanding. He dreams of the day when he can finally feel worthy of your love, leaving behind the doubts that torment him and surrendering completely to the power of a true connection. With each passing day, your presence becomes a more potent driving force in his life. He reflects on the countless ways you have positively influenced him, encouraging him to explore unknown territories of his own soul and face challenges that once seemed insurmountable. This inner journey is illuminated by the example of your integrity and the inextinguishable brightness of your spiritual energy, guiding him like a beacon through his own internal storms. He realizes that every moment of hesitation is a moment lost to experiencing the fullness that a union with you could offer. Thus, he prepares himself mentally and emotionally to overcome the obstacles of fear and uncertainty, equipping himself with a renewed resolve to face these challenges head-on. He understands that true love requires courage, the courage to open up completely, to share his vulnerabilities, and to commit to building a future together, based on shared values of honesty, respect, and complicity. The idea of a life by your side, enriched by mutual understanding and unconditional support, offers him a new sense of purpose and direction. He imagines a future where both of you can grow and learn from each other, a relationship where passion is matched by depth and meaning. With this dream in mind, he strengthens himself more and more to take the initiative to get closer, hoping to create a reality where both of you can thrive together, enveloped in the beauty of a truly aligned and inspiring partnership. If this message resonates with what you are going through, seriously consider taking the first step and initiating a meaningful conversation, for he deeply longs for your presence. Even if the shadows of doubt, caused by wavering self-esteem, often obscure his desires, he sees you as an almost unattainable figure, so elevated and luminous in your splendor that at times you seem more like a star in the sky than a presence within his reach. However, you also represent a deep source of inspiration for him, illuminating his path and motivating him to surpass himself. Day by day, he feels a desperate need to know that you value him, recognizing that he holds a special place in your life because to him, you are a transformative and exceptional presence. His intuition incessantly urges him to shorten the distance between you, suggesting that he is approaching you, but the paralyzing fear of being inadequate, of not meeting expectations, or simply not being enough, often holds him back. Since fate intertwined your lives, he is on a continuous path of personal transformation. Every encounter with you prompts him to reflect, grow, and change. Now he is at a crucial stage of this evolution and desperately needs a sign that you see in him not just what he was, but also what he is trying to become. Someone valuable, worthy of love and respect. To him, you represent the first true passion of his life, a force capable of completely redefining what it means to love and be loved. The desire to be by your side, to share moments and create memories, is not just a passing whim but a deep aspiration that touches the essence of his being. He longs for the opportunity to reveal the depth of his feelings, to show you through words and actions that what he feels is real, lasting, and serious. Consider the possibility of starting a conversation, for he carries a deep love for you, a feeling that persists even in the face of obstacles raised by his own insecurity. Allow these words to touch your soul deeply and resonate within your being, bringing you clarity and peace. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, seeks to guide you to the best path and will continue to do so, leading you to positive outcomes regardless of the paths you choose. Always remember that you are worthy and deserving of love, as magnificent and eternal as the constellations inscribed in the heavens. To fully embrace this message and the many blessings it offers, I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Express your emotions, thoughts, and hopes in this space, a sanctuary for the sincere exchange of experiences and feelings. Also, don't forget to leave your like if these words resonate in your heart and to subscribe to the channel to always stay updated with the inspiring messages we share here. I am sincerely looking forward to your reactions and to accompanying you on your spiritual journey. Together, we can elevate our spirits and create an atmosphere full of positive energy and love. Stay tuned for our next messages, for each one is carefully prepared to bring light and inspiration to your life. We are here to support you every step of the way and eager to witness the flourishing of your magnificent path. May God and the universe illuminate each of your steps with the abundance of the world, love, and faith. May each day be a testament to your strength and ability to overcome obstacles as you walk in the light of divine providence. Amen.